welcome to the Redwood Gigantea. My name's Ella Chan, and normally you would know me for the Everything Entertainment podcast, but today I'm here with Ann Wu, and we've decided to talk about a topic that I'm sure many high schoolers and even college students can all relate to, senioritis. So I looked this up on Google. Senioritis is defined as a decline in motivation, focus, and academic effort commonly experienced by high school/college students nearing graduation. So we've talked a lot about that.
Yes, we have.
It's good. I always thought it was kind of like a hoax. Like, they're just saying that and they're being lazy. But, that feeling's pretty real. But I was wondering if you think senioritis is manifested because it's given a name.
I personally, I don't know. I think it depends. Like, in my experience, I started feeling the senioritis before I assigned it the name senioritis. I was telling my mom about it, and she was like, I think you're experiencing senioritis. And I was like, no way. This is
It's not real. It's propaganda.
It wasn't there yet because it was like in the fall or something.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's too early.
Yeah. And so I was like, this is not senioritis. This is just me being lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, I don't know, as the years gone on, I've definitely noticed it more and as a trend for all of the high schooler students in general.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think in a way it does contribute to just know that it's a thing, but I don't think it necessarily manifests the feelings themselves.
Mm-hmm. So how would you, like, because you know how there's terms like sophomore slump and all that stuff, like, how does that kind of correlate? Because I feel like do you think it's like an excuse, or it's just literally like it's bound to happen, kind of thing?
I just feel like it's bound to happen. I don't think it's really an excuse. I don't know. Are there other ones besides sophomore slump?
I don't know the names, but I've heard of it.
Because I feel like just the senior one is more like, I can see sophomore slump being made up.
You're just lazy.
Yeah, if we're trying to define, like, you still got 2 years left, just keep going. But I feel like the senior one is especially real because there isn't a point in continuing. Like, you can burn all of your bridges now. because you don't have to see those people in the next, after 3 weeks from now. So I feel like that specific feeling of knowing that you don't have to be attached necessarily to anything here in a few weeks creates the senioritis feeling that differentiates it from, like, the other.
You're going to see so many parallels in fifth period. Yeah, because, like, I always told myself, like, it's not a real thing. People are just being lazy, but I don't have motivation to do anything.
Yeah.
And so where have you noticed it most? Like, what space?
It was on it. I feel a lot better now. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think it was before New York. Or there was just a really, like, not sad, but unmotivated, don't want to do anything time. Maybe in March and April. Now I feel like it's gotten a lot better because AP testing is officially over. And yeah, that was interesting. And it's all projects, and so I feel like there's an end in sight and it's something to look forward to. Whereas earlier, I think part of it is also not, like, you know that it's gonna end, but you also feel like it's just never gonna end because it just keeps going, and it has kept going for the past 4 years.
So does the dread come from, like, oh my gosh, it's never gonna get here, or knowing that, like, it's gonna happen eventually, but there's just so much in between?
I feel like, for me at least, the knowing that it's gonna happen, but there's so much in between, because also this year's been going by so fast.
It's weird because I feel like it's gone by, like, really slow, but looking back, like, we finished two band seasons. I don't know. Like, we've gone through the year.
A lot has happened. In the
so
past year.
I feel like I can't tell if it's gone by fast or not. But I feel like, I don't know, it feels kind of slow. I don't know. I might be crazy.
No, it feels tedious.
I think that's a good way to put it, and that kind of feeds into the procrastination.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know what's up, but I feel like everything is just like one big, like, that we're always given big intervals of time, and so that adds on to the I don't want to do anything.
And it allows people to just push it off until the last minute. And yeah. But I think, I mean, that's also part of just getting older, and I think we're at the point where we're realizing that we're not going to be micromanaged all the time, and you have to learn to manage your own time well and figure out how to do stuff. And so I think that could also contribute, is just figuring out how we want to spend our time. And because we're young and not fully developed brain-wise, we're going to just procrastinate and not necessarily think the most responsibly sometimes.
Do you think entering college, like, that procrastination feeling is going to go away?
I mean, it's never really going to go. Procrastinating is just a general thing that everyone does. But I think it will get better, especially as there's new experiences and new environments and stuff. I don't think it'll necessarily be as big. I feel the idea of senioritis, I feel like, is taking up like a quarter of my brain right now. And I feel like that will be reduced. So many other things will be going on at that point that there isn't just, you can't think about it.
So do you think we need to focus more like in the moment and not think about like the countdown? And do you think that would help?
I think so. I mean, honestly, I think thinking about the things that we have to look forward to in the near future. Like that's what I do, at least, is set, like, it was New York and then it was prom and now it's grad night. Like, there's so many things happening in between that that we have to look forward to. And so if we just get our stuff done, and then we can enjoy those fun moments without being stressed out about the other things going on.
Do you think it's justified to be so checked out, like to a senioritis extent?
I mean, no. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean that you have to act on your feelings.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it definitely makes it more difficult, but getting through that difficulty is good. Because this is not the only time when you're going to have to do stuff that you don't want to do, and you kind of just have to get over it and keep moving forward.
So positive. Yeah, because I don't know, I feel like I keep jumping back to like senioritis as a definition, but like, do you think that's kind of like a placebo thing? Or, like, they're telling you all this stuff is going to happen?
I mean,
like,
I don't think so. I'd be interested in the history of the word, because, like, if the word senioritis was created to label this group of feelings that already existed, then obviously it still can contribute to the knowledge that you're going to feel that.
Yeah.
But the feelings existed before the word, I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah. Because it's slang, according to Google.
So just the fact that the word had to be invented, I think, kind of hints at the fact that the word wasn't created first to make the feelings.
That makes sense.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's not so much like, I keep losing my train of thought. It's not so much that like giving it a word is the reason we feel this way, but I feel like part of it is we know we're gonna feel it, and so I feel like some people use it as a justification. And so that kind of brings up the question of like, is it the word or is it actually an ongoing thing? Because I feel like, I feel like if senioritis wasn't like a universal thing, I think I would be like, dang, I need to stop being lazy because this isn't normal. So, but that's not the case.
Well, and there's a fine line, especially when you're talking about feelings and mental health and whatever. You don't want to be like, oh, you shouldn't be feeling that way.
Yeah.
But it's a fine line between isolating that person and that feeling and being like, oh, it's okay, sit with your feelings. Like, I think it's important to acknowledge that you're feeling that way, but then, like, yeah, as I said, just acknowledge it, but then that doesn't mean you just have to sit there.
Yeah, it's like those those reels I send you where it's like, I'm gonna do it, but you're gonna hear me complain about it.
Yeah.
So what do you think, like, how have you kind of been working around that feeling, just not wanting to do anything?
I've been realizing that I don't actually have to do everything.
Oh, that is not a good sign.
No, but, like, it's working smarter, not harder. Like, I don't have to turn in every single math assignment on time. It doesn't affect my grade. I mean, it does, but not that much. My grade's fine.
We literally just talked about this in English.
And so, like, you don't have to try that hard. Just do the bare minimum, and that's been working for me.
It's so bad.
But is it bad, really? Because, I mean, as long as you get the credit, that's what matters.
So, I bring up this question. Do you think it's important to act like it matters?
No.
No?
Because, I mean, well, it depends on what you're doing,
I guess,
obviously.
yeah, like being present at school.
Yes. Well, yeah. It's hard because so many of your classes don't require you to be present, in my opinion.
That's a good point, because, like, once AP tests are done and, like, we take our finals early,
yeah,
like, it literally is just projects. So,
well, and even in something like English, obviously it's different, but in something like math, like, I really don't need to be there
anymore.
You can, yeah.
And, like, chem.
Or chem. There isn't any reason to be in class, and so for those, I don't think you necessarily have. Obviously, if you want to take advantage of the time that you're given, then yes, you should be present. But if you don't have to, I don't see a reason why you would need to.
I don't know. It's like, how do you balance that? You know what I mean? Like, living in the... I guess it's not even living in the moment.
Yeah.
But just finding a reason to be there.
Just being grateful that we have the opportunity to go to school in the first place.
That's a good point.
We have a roof over our head and air conditioning and materials.
It's really hot in here.
And that's cool. It is a bit warm, but it's better than chem. Chem smelled weird today.
Oh, maybe there's a gas leak in there too.
Maybe.
Yeah, why should you keep pushing? Like, why should we keep moving forward if we know it's... Okay, not like in a death way, but like knowing it's going to end.
It's all going to end.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Because you only experience this once. College is gonna be different, and
yeah.
Like, I've debated just not coming to school for the next couple days because there's things I need to do at home, and
yeah.
But you're with these people that you've grown up with. I think the people make it worth staying in the moment and being present for, because you're gonna be leaving each other. Like, it's all going to end. And so take advantage of these opportunities that you have, because you don't want to regret it later.
So do you think people should appreciate, like, the smaller moments, like the day-to-days? Do you think that helps, like, the senioritis feeling, just, like, appreciating day-to-day rather than being so anticipatory?
Yeah, definitely, because it's not worth anticipating all of the things that are going to happen if you just enjoy the small things that are going on.
What?
Sorry, I'm listening to the creaking.
If you could redo senior year, like... That's already about to start. If you relived senior year, do you think you... How do I phrase this? Like, do you think you'd tell yourself not to be anticipating stuff so much and you'd enjoy it more? Or do you think that, like, you'd still do it the same and, like, senioritis would still hit you?
I think I'd do it the same. I feel like I did a pretty good job this year not anticipating as much as previous years, at least. That was kind of my whole mindset going through this, was that, like, you just gotta take advantage of the moment.
It's like falling down. Is there a screw?
I don't know.
It's okay.
I'll just like hold it. Just to take advantage of the moment and appreciate being with people. Like, this has definitely been my most social year so far, and that's been on purpose.
Yeah, that's good.
Because like you don't have to think about all the college stuff and that type of thing, and so just out of sight, out of mind.
Did you like? Oh, I almost fell. Do you think the senioritis hit once you finished like all the college, like submitting all the college stuff?
Well, because a main push to get you through high school is because of college, and like you do this because of that, and it's everything has a consequence. And then afterwards, there isn't a consequence to not doing your work necessarily. I mean, obviously it affects your grade, but even if you get a B, like, who cares? You already gone into college, or you didn't. And but there isn't a direct like result of that.
Do you think that's a good or a bad thing?
I feel like that's really nice because it's so stressful to plan for college and all of that stuff, and it's kind of nice just to learn for the purpose of learning. But then obviously when the not wanting to be there hits, that's when it gets not so nice. But I think it also really helps you figure out what you like and what you don't like about school.
That's a good point, yeah.
Because the things that you like and the reasons why you'll be there stand out to you even more, and then the things that you obviously don't like stand out even more.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Do you believe in the chill senior year, or like the I'm still locked in senior year? Like, what do you think people should act on?
I would say chill, but not chill as in fail all of your classes, go party all the time. I mean, if locking in is your thing, like, go for it. More power to you. But like, I don't think we should put a ton of pressure on ourselves because we're going to be experiencing a lot of pressure in the near future.
Definitely.
And so if this is our time to relax and kind of just enjoy these last moments of childhood, then let's do it. So you obviously took 3 APs this school year. Would you recommend against it, or would you like encourage it? Because like a lot of like there's so many seniors in band that just have like 4 periods of band. Yeah, and then they go to like English or something and then they leave. Like, do you think that's a better way to spend your senior year, or do you think like taking APs and that sort of stuff or college courses? I think it depends what you're into. If band is your thing, then I mean, sure, do band if that makes you happy, whatever. I think more important than necessarily deciding which classes you take, it's just find ways to stay busy. Because I mean, I think it is important to keep your brain stimulated, but if you do band but you're if you're in band like during the school day, but if you're heavily involved in all these other things for other parts of the day, I don't know, like club, no, we don't really anyway, like various other extracurriculars, and that's what makes you happy and you're being a productive person contributing to human society, then go for it. But I mean, for me personally, like, I'm an academic person, so I'm going to be taking like the classes. But yeah, I think also help combating the senioritis is staying busy, but not busy as in stressed, but busy as in just keep yourself moving so you're not sitting.
Something new. Yeah. That makes sense.
Because I think that's what you've been doing, at least.
Yeah, no. I think, well, I say I keep myself busy, but, like, I don't know how to explain it, because I'm, like, a mix of both sides of it. Like, I'm taking 2 APs, but also, like, taking a lot of music, but also I kind of rot at home. So it's kind of like I'm trying to be both, but I'm also imbalanced when it comes to both, if that makes sense. So, I mean, it's kind of too late to lock in. I mean, no. Academic comeback. Actually, I'm not, like, failing anything. So
I think it'll be fine.
I think so, too. I hope. Yeah. What did I write? what's the cure to senioritis?
Oh.
Like, if you could make it just like one full statement, what do you think is a way to combat or cure the itis?
I think this is very personalized. I don't know generally what would. I mean, yeah, I'd say get out and move, or exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying this as like a gym person because you know I'm not a gym person, but just physical activity has such good benefits for our brain health that it actually will alter your brain chemistry and encourage you to be more of a productive person. So if we're talking like that basic of
Go work out.
just go go walk, go outside,
reconnect with nature.
yes,
Okay.
and that will get that dopamine flowing. And I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But also sleep. A lot of people don't sleep.
Yeah.
And sleeping is kind of important.
I think so too. How many hours a day are you supposed to sleep?
Like 8 to 10, I think.
Oh. No, a
And,
lot
like,
of people are not doing
I know.
that.
People sleep from like 5 to 7.
Right? Like,
So, yeah.
go to bed.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah. I think the biggest takeaway is, I guess, is like time management.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
That too.
Dividing and conquering.
Yeah, and realizing that this isn't going to go away. Not the feeling, but the
No.
having to divide your time
Yeah.
part. You have to realize that and kind of figure out your schedule and how you like to do things and
Yeah.
work around it.
Totally get that.
Yeah.
Miller, do you have anything to add on the subject as seeing so many seniors through the years?
No peanut allergies?
None.
Nope.
My thoughts on senioritis.
I'll pass you a stool.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time in color?
First time caller.
Oh.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Happy to have you here.
It's interesting that you're talking about this today,
I know. Like, out of all the days.
because we're starting a novel called The Stranger by Albert Camus, who the central figure kind of has this dilemma, right? Should I
Yes.
act like it matters, even if I think it doesn't?
Mhm.
And we all have absurd moments, right?
Definitely.
Like, I'm absolutely sure that doctors see patients that they know are probably going to die, but they're like, let's try this, right? Like,
Yeah.
and you're like a 95-year-old woman with no teeth and, diabetes, and you're 500 pounds. And you're like,
Big struggle.
but let's act like she's going to live forever.
Yeah.
And so I think what you're feeling is natural, annoying. I'm going to be honest. It's
I
annoying.
can tell you're annoyed in journalism.
No, it is. It is a typical.
Yeah.
April is T.S. Eliot said that April is the cruelest month because it makes us feel like, spring makes us feel like rebirth and renewal but we also know that we die. Like, but in the back of our head, we know that this too will end.
Yes.
But April is flowers and spring and thawing of the snow if it snows, you know. And so we get this idea kind of in April that like, oh, the future is mine and things are on the go and growing, but we know that June 1st is coming.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're a high school senior, you're like, oh, it's April and prom and best year ever. And the reality is in 1 month, literally on one night, all 450 of you are going to go in or whatever.
Yeah.
It varies,
Something
390 to 500, somewhere
Something like
around
that.
there. That you're all going to go in infinitely different directions and never be in the same place at the same time again.
Mm-hmm.
And so that impending ending, a death, so to speak, is in tension with the hope of starting a new life and getting excited about things. And we all kind of dread going to an ending.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I always read the last book in a series rather slowly because I've invested in that universe and I care about those characters and I don't want to see them end. Right? And so, like, I get it. Like, senioritis is that. It is the knowing about June while feeling like April, right? And April's a very cruel month because it gives us the impression that hope springs eternal and that the sun will shine and the flowers will bloom. But we also are secretly in the back of our head, we know that it's going to end.
Yeah.
And so I think that at its core is what senioritis is. It's that tension between the hopelessness, right?
Yeah.
You're not joining a club and starting something new.
Yeah.
Right. You're watching yourself slowly disappear.
Yeah.
And that's like particularly the two of you. I've noticed you. I see you. Particularly you, Miss Chan, in my classroom a couple times a day, and I have had incredible conversations. Right. But in the back of my mind, I know that this will end. Right. And I think you guys do too. And that tension for a young person is hard to work through.
Yeah.
You feel sort of like a fraud or dishonest. You're like, oh, yeah, that's great. And you're like, in 3 weeks, I'm never going to see you again.
Love that for you.
Yeah. And so, I don't know how you navigate that personally.
Yeah.
But I've watched thousands of high school seniors attempt it to some degree of success. Please don't be those people who peaked in high school. Okay.
I think we're better than
that. I think a lot of teachers sometimes peaked in high school, and that's why they want to come back here.
Oh, yeah.
No, they were good days for them.
Yeah.
Right, and they want to be part of it again.
Yeah.
But I know it gets incredibly better after high school.
Yeah.
Right, and who you become once the bell stops ringing, and once Anne brought up the micromanagement stops, and you get to live your life. It gets better.
Yeah.
But it's scary because you can't kind of sit on the window ledge and fly at the same time.
Yeah.
And June is coming.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think about that?
What specifically?
Just that we live in tension.
Yeah.
We live in tension between two really opposed ideas. Right? We know our lives are finite.
Yeah.
But we have infinite aspirations. We have things that we want to accomplish and things we want to do. And when we get closer to the end of something, it's hard to get started on those things.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to start a new project when you only have 3 weeks left of school.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to put together the last paper when minutes after we pass it out, you will no longer be a Redwood Ranger.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to invest in that last performance because there's something about it, right? That if I buy into this, I'm buying into the idea that this will end.
Yeah.
And so if I put this off, maybe I can put off the winter, the ending.
Yeah.
We talk in AP Lit about seasons, right? And we all have a winter. That 90-year-old woman who's diabetic and 500 pounds is definitely experiencing dead winter.
Yeah.
And that doctor who's like, let's try this, is kind of trying to act like it's springtime. And that tension is not a good place to be. What do you think about that?
I think, that optimistic side, I think everyone should exercise it to some extent because, ends are not always bad, I feel like. And I think senioritis kind of celebrates the end in some way. And so I feel like the tension comes from, I'm procrastinating stuff, but it's going to turn out okay. And I think there's still things to celebrate. Do you have anything to add?
What do you think about that tension that exists between hope and hopelessness? That you are young and you are beginning in many ways, right? But you are also old, and you are ending as a ranger.
I feel like we all need to sit and have a good cry.
It's therapeutic.
Because part of the not doing work and putting things off part, I feel like, is also just if we don't do the work, like you said, if we don't do the work, then we don't have to think about it ending and accepting. I'm getting tangled here.
Talk about failure or launch. Headphone cords kill us.
Yeah. And accepting that it's going to end, because I feel like especially the last performance thing that you said makes a lot of sense, because I don't know my parts at all for the concert on Wednesday. Zero.
I forgot about that.
And I mean, part of that is my fault, part of it isn't, but I feel like you said, if I put my all into it and I was so dedicated, then I have to be accepting that this is my last band concert ever. And that would be really hard and emotionally draining, and I don't want to really feel that right now.
That dread.
So I'm just not going to try and just pretend like it's
Don't
not
let
happening.
Ray hear that. Don't let Ray hear that.
But I mean, you are defined by a bunch of labels, right? A musician, a student, a scholar. You know, you've done well in school, you know, and all of the things define you, right? And then come June 2nd or whatever, I can't remember when graduation is, June 2nd, like they have no power, right? And so like that big question that really is an existential question is, who am I without what I'm connected to? What you're connected to is a choice, right? Like your choice to be in band, your choice to be a scholar, your choice to be a student leader, your choice to be interested and creative or whatever, right? Those are all choices that you've made. And they are powerful as you are here, right? And ultimately in like literally a month, they will mean nothing, right? And so what defines you stops working. You know, who are you without the band? Who are you without the classroom? Who are you without, right, your friends and all those things? Like that's the, I think the anxiety that people your age are feeling at this time of year. You know, these things that define me are going to end and there's nothing I can do to stop it. And then we have that existential problem, like, who am I?
Yeah.
Right? You know, you don't want to be that kid next year with her Letterman jacket on down on the track, right? You don't want to because it looks weird.
Yeah.
Like you don't belong here, right? You were connected to these things, but you are no longer connected to these things. And then you have this identity crisis, right? And a lot of young people really fail. Like the disorientation of the next 2 or 3 years is profound for you because you're rebuilding. You know, that same strange thing you felt when you were a freshman, right, is coming, right? You're going to be stripped of identity and you're going to have to rebuild.
Do you think that from a sooner age we should disassociate from, not like literally disassociate, not pay attention to school, but disassociate labels? Do you think that would help?
No, I think you should. I do think you should actively seek out sort of nouns, right, by engaging in verbs, right? Like I, you know, if you want a life filled with passion, you have to be passionate, right? If you want, maybe not so much the titles, right, like leader or whatever, but to engage in leadership, right? Not to be in a band, but to engage in creativity. And I really think, though, like I would rather be called a creative person than a teacher. Right? I would rather be labeled by my verb, you know, that has a lot more power. Right? Like I really like being creative. Teaching is the product of it. Photography is the product of it. Parenting is the product of it. You know, mentorship is the product of it. But at its core, the verb I'm engaged in is thinking about predictable things in unpredictable ways, right? Like that matters to me a lot, and I want people to see it in me. You know, there's no Letterman patch for creativity, right? There's no stipend or salary for creativity. So I have to be called a teacher.
So we should be beyond our label, essentially?
Yeah. I think you should, if you want like low-key at school dad advice.
Let's hear it.
Like pick the verbs you want.
Okay.
And the nouns will come, right? Like if you want to have a lover, be in love, like love people, right? And then the lovers will come. If you want to be called a friend, then engage in the act of being friendly, right? It's a process of making instead of taking. It's not acquisition. It's not, you know, sticky notes on your chest, right? Like those are reflections of a verb. Right. And right now, like senioritis is this really passionless thing in a room full of people who should be rich and at the peak of their game. Right. And that's the tension that I feel as a teacher. It's like I see this infinite potential in you to just be creative and incredible. And it's just flat. Right. And I think senioritis is the product of fear. That like what we call senioritis is actually fear. It's that, you know, you're approaching that threshold from adolescence to adulthood, and you're so afraid of what you're going to become, and you're so afraid of letting go of who you are, and all of that fear immobilizes you. And right, like if I take no steps forward, then nothing will happen. But you can't stop the clock.
Yeah.
Right, it's coming.
Yeah.
Whether you're engaged in it or not.
Yeah.
And so like that's right.
Yeah.
Like I want to, on my last day of teaching, be passionate.
Yeah. Go out what you do best.
Yeah, and my students deserve that.
Yeah.
Right, and you deserve that. Right, like here you are about to perform in your last concert of the year. That concert deserves a passionate Anne, right? You know, you're starting the last novel of your high school career today in AP Lit. Be a reader, right? Not an apathetic worksheet filler outer, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard,
Yeah.
and that's heroism, right? That's truly heroism, to act as if it matters when you know that it doesn't, right? Like to put on the show so that others feel something. Like that's what teachers have to do all the time.
Yeah. I can totally see that.
I just read Hamlet for the 26th time this year with people your age. Did you get the impression I didn't like it?
No.
It's an act.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like it, but can you imagine teaching 26 years of Hamlet?
Yeah.
But I have to remember it's your first, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not here for me,
Yeah.
right? And you know, those freshmen in the band, right? That's who you're there for, right? You're showing them what it looks like, right? That you're true to the cause to the end, and that's hard.
Yeah.
That senioritis, I think, is the tension you feel between knowing it is hopeless, but attempting to act as if it isn't.
Would you agree with that?
I think so. Yeah.
And it's dire. Would you agree? I mean, that's a dire place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just need to, this is the time when we need to recognize who we truly are. Like you said, the verbs, because the characteristics are who are going to define us moving forward. And like connecting ourselves to things outside of this building.
Yeah.
Things that you can take with you wherever you go.
And in most of your teachers' minds and your peers' minds, you'll be remembered for the last thing you did. Right? I mean, the joke I made in AP Lit, like about, you know, selling things in the parking lot, right?
Items.
Right. You could be a passionate teacher for 30 years, but your last choice will define you.
Yeah.
Right. And if your last choice is to be apathetic in the face of interesting things, there's a reason why people don't want to teach seniors.
Yeah.
Right? It's because they remember that. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I think that senioritis is real, and
Yeah.
it's much more complex than we give ourselves permission to. You guys have been running a marathon.
Yeah.
You know, many of you have been in school in strange fluorescently lit Chromebook-filled rooms since you were 4,
Yeah.
right? Think about that. You know, 12 or 13 or 14 years of, like, you know, copying things off slides onto a worksheet. Like, I would act apathetic too,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
Like, it sucks, right? I try not to be a teacher who makes it suck, but I can understand why you would think so,
Yes.
right? And so, like, but give yourself some grace and understand the tension you're feeling,
Yeah.
right? April is a very cruel month.
Yeah.
Because it lies to us. It tells us that something new will come, that flowers will come when we know that someday they
gonna
won't,
end.
that it's going to end.
Yeah.
April is a cruel month.
April sounds like a very cool month.
T.S. Eliot.
Yeah.
Because it gives the appearance of hope, but we know our lives are short,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
Yeah.
Hate to be the death guy again, but
No,
here I am.
it's okay.
Right? The only two things we don't have figured out,
Yeah.
right? How to fall in love and how to die, right? And so that's why literature studies them,
Yeah.
and nobody's figured it out.
Yeah.
Right, and if you guys figure out it senioritis, I would love
We'll
some
let you
tips.
know. We'll pass the message.
But I try to have some grace for kids because I know they're exhausted.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I would be too. I'm kind of tired,
Yeah.
to be honest. You know,
I was gonna say, like, I feel like teachers kind of get a reflection of that senioritis too, in some sense.
and I am in the senioritis of my life. You know, I'm 54 years old.
Yeah.
Most teachers make it to 60.
During retirement a
Right?
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, really,
Yeah.
okay.
Do we have to do this?
Go Rangers. Right? But I don't want to. You know, you guys only get to do this once.
Yeah.
And so you don't
So
wanna,
make the most of it.
You don't want to be that guy at the
Yeah.
birthday party who's like, everybody dies, you know?
1 year closer to death.
Yeah, right. There's a SNL skit. She's like a downer girl, like Debbie Downer kind of person. You don't want to be that person.
Yeah. I think the main takeaway is that people should just enjoy their senior year. You know, live in the moment.
Well, and the future's uncertain and the past is unchangeable, and all we have is now.
Yeah. Make the most of it.
Act as if now matters.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a life that's meaningful.
Yeah.
We could all die tomorrow.
You know, California earthquakes and,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, World Trade Centers. I mean, in the blink of an eye, you go to work one day and then you don't come home, right?
Make the most of it.
And yeah, so like act as if it matters.
Right. Well, as people walk in, thank you for joining us today on the Road with Gigantea, and I'll see you next time.